Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loki here. Join me today as I prepare for seed starting season. It's time to sort and organize my seed packets. So let's go. Even though I continue to collect seeds out in my garden, I have a number of seed packets here, and the time has come for me to do something about them. It's the end of the growing season, and one of the things I really enjoy doing is taking a step back, slowing down a little bit. Do you ever feel that way in your gardens? However, right around the corner, it will be the holidays. So one task that I like to do when it comes to seed starting is sorting my seeds. The reason is after the holidays, starting in like January, February, it's going to be go time. I will be sowing seeds both indoors under grow lights as well as outdoors using the winter sowing process. And if I don't sort these seeds now, what's going to end up happening is it's going to be a big mess. And I'm going to be trying to find seed packets. I'm going to miss seeds that I wanted to sow because the window is closed and now I can't sow those seeds. So I like to take these packets, put them in a place where I can find them, and then when the time comes to start different plants, from seed, I can find them. When I was a new gardener, my way of storing seeds was taking all the seeds and just putting them in a cardboard box. Is there anything wrong with that? No, but what I found would happen is when it came time to start my seeds, I was overwhelmed. I didn't know where to start, and I found that I was missing that window of opportunity on when to start certain seeds. I would look at a seed packet and it would say, start this seed 8 weeks before your average last frost date. And here I was looking at that seed packet 2 weeks before my average last frost date. And I would have to throw the seed packet aside for the next year. And after that started happening, I said, no, I need to have a better way of organizing my seeds so that I don't miss out on those opportunities and I know when to start different seeds. The first thing I want to say is there is no right or wrong way when it comes to organizing your seeds. You want to organize your seeds in a way that makes the most sense for you. In other words, I'm going to show you today the way that I organize and sort my seeds. You might do it a different way, and yet both methods work well. It's whatever works best for you. The purpose of my video today is to basically encourage and motivate you to find all your seed packets. Maybe you have them in your car or your basement or your garage or who knows where. Gather all your seed packets and let's get started with this process. I want us to do this together. We're going to ignore the 2 boxes that you see over here. Don't worry, I'll be going over them in a little bit. We're going to focus on what we have going on here. Step 1 was for me to go around my house, in my garage, in my basement, and find all my seed packets. They were scattered in different areas. So I've collected all the seed packets, but now I want to sort them. All of these seed packets are seeds that I collected myself. That's why they're in these little clear packets. I have columbine, that's a perennial, so I'm going to put that over here. Gomphrena, that's an annual, so I'm going to put that over here. Nigella levenamist, annual. Calendula, annual. Proven winter supertunias, annual. Mountain bluet, Centaurea montana, that's a perennial. So you get the idea. I'm just looking at the seed packet, and I have a general idea of whether or not these seeds that I collected are an annual or a perennial. And sometimes if you're not sure, you're not sure. Just do the best guess that you can. And what I'm going to do is continue with this. All I'm doing here is I'm sorting these by, these are flowers. So we have perennials over here. We have annuals over here. Okay, so we got that step done. But now I have this box with more seeds that need to be sorted. We have an herb, and I like to keep my herbs separate. So I'm going to put that over here. That's tarragon. And then we also have parsley. That's an herb. And now we have some vegetables. These are green beans. So I'm going to put that over here. I usually like to have 4 piles: vegetables, herbs, we have our perennial flowers, we have our annual flowers. These are some basil seeds that we collected. This part right here might differ from how you or other people do it. This is how I like to do it. At this point, when it comes to sorting, you may decide, no, I want to sort my seeds based on how many weeks before my average last frost date I need to start the seeds. So you might be sorting them in piles like that. So you might have a pile that's 12 weeks before your average last frost date, 10 weeks before your average last frost date, 6 to 8 weeks before your average last frost date. But what I'm going to keep doing, because I have my work cut out for me, as you can see, is I will keep sorting out all of these seeds that I have here in these 4 piles, and then I'm going to come back and I'll show you what's next. Just doing this feels so great. So I've gone ahead and I've sorted out all my seeds. Now it's time to put the seeds away into these containers that are over here. You want to pick an organization system that works well for you. I had a couple of these storage totes that were in my house. I wasn't doing anything with them. They're the type of shallow totes that you would put maybe under a bed. And since I wasn't doing anything with them, I figured I'd put them to good use and put all of my seed packets in here. And I have not only one, but I have two. There's the second one over there. This first one is all vegetable seeds. Now you might be saying, wait a minute, look at all these vegetable seeds. Yes, these are a lot of vegetable seeds. Someone that buys plants from me in my plant nursery, they had a whole bunch of seeds that they got from somewhere and they gave them to me, which was really nice of them. So I ended up just sorting them out into this container here. And one of my goals for next year is actually to start giving away seeds locally to people that buy plants from me, because I don't want these seeds to go bad. So when it comes to these vegetable seeds, I have them sorted alphabetically. You might choose to sort them by how many weeks you want to start the seeds before your average last frost date. You might want to put little labels here that say 10 weeks before your average last frost date, 8 weeks before your average last frost date. So many different ways to do it. You don't need a system like this. You might be using those really pretty, colorful photograph holders that I've seen on the internet that everyone seems to have. A lot of different ways you can do the same job. The biggest thing I want to stress is find some system that works for you. Get your seeds organized. So it starts with B, and then it goes down this way, and then it carries this way. We have C all the way through P down this way. And then the next column is O, and it ends at W down here. And then I had some extra seed packets that I just tucked in on the side because I ran out of room. So here's a packet of squash. We have SP, and then it starts to turn into the T's. So I can just put that right in there. And when it comes time for me to start my squash seeds, I will know very quickly where to find them because it's alphabetical and it's going to fall in right here. Cantaloupe starts with a C. I have some cantaloupes right here, and I have different varieties of cantaloupe. So I just want to find the correct variety of cantaloupe, and it's Tuscany hybrid. And if you have multiple varieties of a certain type of plant, meaning multiple varieties of cantaloupe, you can also organize them alphabetically by the variety. So there's the Tuscany hybrid. We'll tuck that in right there. I still need to put away the rest of my vegetable seeds, but let's move on to flower seeds. My ultimate goal is to have this only flowers, but I do want to mention I still have vegetables in here, and the reason is that other box over there was just started earlier in the year. So I need to move all of these over into that box because I want this to only be flowers and herbs. I don't want it to be any vegetables. So all of my vegetable seeds still need to get moved out. This whole column right here, these are my annual flowers. In the center here, these are a bunch of vegetable seeds that I'm going to be moving into the other box over there. Then all the herbs are here. So these might get shifted around in this container, but that's where they are for now. These vegetable seeds also need to get moved out into that container over there. And then right here is my collection of perennial seeds. I need to still organize these. I will not be doing it as part of this video, but I will be talking about what my plan is on organizing those. So when it comes to my annuals, again, I have it sorted alphabetically. So this packet of seed, these are some dahlia seeds that we collected. So in the very front are African daisies. And then we move to B, we have some balsams. But then over here, I have dahlia seeds and lots of different kinds. So I can go ahead and take these dahlia seeds and just tuck those in right there. In fact, I found some more, so I'm going to put those in there as well. We have some sweet peas, so I'm going to keep moving down this way. I see M, N. I have some sunflowers over here, and then after sunflowers begin all my tithonia. So I can go ahead and tuck in my sweet peas right there. So now you get the general idea of what I'm doing here. I have a whole box that's only going to be vegetables. They're sorted by vegetable name, so they're alphabetical. And then I have a box here of flowers and herbs. And for flowers, we're going to have all the annuals sorted by name alphabetically. We're going to have all our herbs sorted alphabetically by name. And then this whole area here will be perennials, and those will be alphabetical sorted by name. I will continue to sort these seeds until both of these container boxes are done. But the organization doesn't stop there. The other thing that's very critical with my success when it comes to starting seeds is having some sort of a spreadsheet. I think it's really important to have it documented somewhere, either in writing or online, where you have an inventory of all your seeds. And that way you can put little notes in there, such as how deep does the seed need to get planted? How many weeks before your average last frost date do you start the seed? Does the seed need light to germinate or darkness to germinate? What about a seedling heat mat? Would it benefit the seed to have a little bit additional heat in order for that seed to germinate? Does the seed do better with direct sowing? Does the seed need what's called a cold stratification period? So in my spreadsheet, I like to have columns where I have this type of information logged. And my goal each year is to have that spreadsheet updated by around New Year's Eve so that as the new year kicks in, I am ready to go with my seed starting and I have not only all my seeds sorted, but I also have that spreadsheet updated. Many of these seed packets have no information on them because they're seeds that I collected. So that entails me doing a little bit of research, going on the internet and looking up what does that particular seed need in terms of light or darkness? How deep do I plant it? How many weeks before my average last frost date do I start that seed? I wanted to make this video for you today just to show you what am I doing now that I'm in the off season and things are slowing down outside. I am gearing up for a very busy seed starting season. And before things get too busy with the holidays, I wanted to just get all my seeds organized and I want to get my spreadsheet up to snuff. Whenever you post comments and you share information with me, not only am I learning from you, other people that read the comments, they're learning from you as well. So please drop a note in the comment section below and let all of us know, how do you organize your seeds? I also want to know, do you have some sort of a system where you put all your seed packets in? Is it a cardboard box? Is it a plastic tote? Is it one of those photograph organizing systems or something different? Also, do you keep track of things in your spreadsheet? What is some information that you put in your spreadsheet? I have a lot more things to do before seed starting season actually begins. One of them will be cleaning up the grow room. And in fact, this is where we are right now. I have the grow lights behind me. I have a lot of cleaning up and organizing to do in here. And I'll show you my process for doing that. I also need to clean and organize all of my seed starting supplies, and I need to gather all of my winter sowing supplies. And let us not forget, even though I have a ton of seeds here, I do have some more seeds that I want to buy. I usually don't buy a lot, but there are some seeds that I have in mind that I want to purchase this year, so I better do it soon. I hope this video motivated you and gave you some ideas on what you can be doing right now to gear up for seed starting season. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them down below. And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.